Hello, fruit friends. I'm Harvey Correa. My wife Linda and we farm 47 acres here in the Sacramento Delta. And we farm chestnuts, figs. We rent out some alfalfa ground. And beginning 5 years ago, we started a 4-acre Yangmei orchard. And here we're busy harvesting Yangmei. Not right now, it's after 7 p.m. We start at 6 a.m. and typically run until 2:30 p.m. And we've got a crew of up to 8 employees helping pick fruit. I'm helping Linda and I sort and pack fruit and get fruit off into our cooler and then off to markets to be shipped out to customers. We started planting the Yangmei 5 years ago, just over 5 years ago in May of 2019. And I knew there was a 19 in there somewhere. Today was a very long day for us. We don't harvest on Sunday, and so Monday was a very big, busy day. So these trees here are Dong Koi, and so it's pretty good size for being 5 years old, I think. There's lots of fruit still. Some people have posted, comments about fruit maturity and so forth, and we're doing the best we can, and I think we're doing a good job overall. If I was just growing them in my own yard, it'd be a lot easier. I could go out and check the fruit several times a day. As it is, we harvest each tree anywhere from about every 30 hours to maybe 60 hours in between harvest then. So like we harvest Saturday up until noon, and then begin again this morning. So when it's particularly warm like it is right now, we don't let trees go over 2 days without picking fruit. It's a very labor-intensive crop. We're the only producing orchard right now in the United States, and we're learning something about it. Each year, each day. I traveled to China in 2018 to learn more about the fruit. I don't regret planting it, but maybe if I stuck around it for a little bit longer and realized how much work it was, maybe I might have had second thoughts about planting so many trees. But still, it's exciting to be a part of Yangmei's introduction of this fruit to the United States, and excited about what the future holds for this. I think that we should have been growing this fruit for 100 years here in California. USDA imported seeds in 1905, and nothing ever happened with this crop for some reason. It's not easy to grow, but with hard work, and I put a lot of effort into this, tissue sampling of leaves and preparation of soil before planting and ongoing maintenance, and there's frustrations along the way. We have strong winds in January sometimes that even with trees that are staked really well, the wind will snap some trees right off at the ground, and very frustrating, disappointing to see that happen after years of effort into it. I'm going to switch hands here. My right hand is shaking a little bit. I've got a little bit of a tremor in my right hand, and I better not do that. There, I've got my hand over the camera lens. So, I think that this crop has great potential in the United States, and I know that prices will come down in time, but it is going to be a very expensive crop to grow because each tree needs to get harvested multiple times, perhaps up to 15 times during the season. Similar to strawberries in a way, but even a little bit more difficult to pick, I think, than strawberries. We give the new workers a color stick with colors I've painted on them to tell them to try to match these colors when you paint. By the way, if you see a green light, laser light behind me, that's a bird deterrent system we have. I have a bird squawker here, a propane cannon that goes off that might fire any minute, and a green laser light to scare away birds. We're fortunate this year, the bird damage is less this year. And the color stick, helps them, determine, the ripeness of the fruit. We're picking based on color. But when you look inside of a tree in the shadows, you'll see a fruit that looks dark, and you pull it out and you realize that that wasn't as dark as you thought it was. So I'm going to just show the tree a little bit closer. There's still lots of donkoi left to harvest, and I don't think any of the fruit we've harvested is beyond prime. It's what I eat a lot of the. I think I maybe have eaten more Yangmei than anybody else in the United States. Maybe not, but I eat a lot of it. When I traveled to China, I ate 500 fruits, and I eat maybe 50 a day while we're harvesting a bird-pecked fruit and so forth. I eat it. So I like the fruits that we're picking, and we keep them refrigerated until they get picked up, and they get kept refrigerated. So we are growing different varieties here, and we need to learn more about this crop of what are the best varieties for different climates and so forth. And but I think I've accomplished my goals, and I've announced elsewhere. I'm kind of well known for our fig operation that we're trying to retire. We'd like to sell our farm and retire. We own a home that we bought recently nearby, so we have one individual interested in buying our farm. Not into contract right now with him, but it'd be an ideal situation. He said we can come visit anytime we want, and that's my kind of retirement, I think. Get to enjoy the farm still some, and give some guidance and visit it. But I think that I didn't do any of this to become famous for it or anything like that, but to accomplish some goals and to help get this fruit established here in the United States. I hope that someday it'll be very commonplace for consumers to see it throughout the United States. I gave some fruit samples to a gourmet chef once, and I said, don't you think this should be as good as or as common as raspberries? And oh, heck yes, it's much better than raspberries, he thought. So it's just trying to get an idea of another berry crop that maybe we could compare it to. So I'm hoping that we can make this work out for other growers to get involved and get the distribution channels established. There's lots of challenges with something new like this. It doesn't happen overnight, but we've made good progress. So anyway, I just want to give you a little view of our orchard and give an idea of how we got involved in it and so forth. So hopefully this was entertaining to you and get an idea of what we're up against. I'll just mention one other thing. Some trees we've allowed suckers to grow. Up here, that's a male branch I allowed to grow upright so that we have a pollinator there, and but keep the fruiting branches down. When I climbed trees in China, when I visited in 2018, I climbed up trees maybe 15 feet high or higher, and we don't want our workers climbing trees to pick fruit. Somewhat of a hedgerow, and so I think that this is probably the most efficient system. Could even plant them closer together, the rows that is. We're 8 foot by 20 foot apart. We originally were 16 foot by 20, but I decided to go the hedgerow approach. And one farmer that visited said, couldn't we plant them closer? And yeah, I think that probably could go 8 foot by 16 foot, but we do some branches that get heavy and they hang down. So, we need to learn more on that. These are just, some of the trees we have here are only 2 or 3 years old, but the oldest trees are 5 years old. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoy the fruits.